Hey guys, so happy to see you here back at this channel, and I hope you're ready to draw something cute in Procreate, because today we're creating this adorable retro wallpaper for our phones. But you don't have to be stuck with your phone, you can even create it for your iPad. Totally up to you. Let me show you how it's gonna look in your phone if you decide to make this one. It's very retro, very adorable, very cute wallpaper. This tutorial is super quick and easy, and I really hope you'll enjoy it. If you're looking for more Procreate tutorials, go to my Patreon page and you will unlock a lot more cool Procreate tutorials. So I hope I'll see you there. And anyway, let's get started. So the first thing we'll have to do is create a new canvas, and that would be a little tricky because everyone has different phones, so you really have to Google the screen size for your phone. I have iPhone 14 Pro, so I will go with the 1170 by 2532 pixels. Again, if you have a different phone, you'll have to Google it, but in the description below I'll leave the most popular phones and there's the screen sizes. Okay, so in this tutorial we'll be using only one brush, which is the Procreate brush, and this is the zero brush. We will also use this retro wallpaper color palette, which you can download, or if you want to use your own colors, totally fine. Let's start creating our wallpaper. And the first thing we'll have to do is create a flower. So we'll go to our layers, we'll rename the first layer flower, then we will go and take black and we'll create our first flower. So we'll start creating it here and it will go down. So the first thing we'll have to do is create the center of the flower, and we will create this sort of a triangle like this. Just make sure you don't have any sharp edges, any sharp corners, edges. We want it to be a very smooth flower. Good, so this is the center of the flower. Now we'll go and create the petals. Creating petals will be super easy. The chamomile has skinny long petals, so we'll start here and we'll go all the way here. All you really have to do is just create petals like this. They don't have to be the same. Yeah, some of them can be longer, some of them a little shorter, but pretty much on the same level. So we'll go all the way like this. Good, so petals like this. Good, so we should end up with something like this. So now we'll go and create the stem. So we'll go and create a new layer just for now. We'll move it under the flower and we'll create the stem that will go down. So starting somewhere here, we'll create a line down like this. Then we'll create one more. You can just duplicate it or you can just create one more line. I'll just go with one more line like this. Good, so the last thing we'll have to do for the flower is create the leaves. So create one leaf here. The leaves of the chamomile are also very narrow, so just keep that in mind. I'll create one here. And I'll create two big leaves right here. Make sure you don't have any gaps. Good, and I'll just create one more going this way. Good, so we have a flower. Now we'll just go and merge these layers together. Rename it flower again, sorry. And if you remember my drawing, I had 3 flowers. So we'll have to duplicate this one, or you can draw it. I'll just duplicate it to make it a little easier for me. Now I'll just make it smaller. Turn it a bit like this. And I will put it right here. Good, now I want to erase these 2 leaves, so I'll go take eraser and I'll just erase these 2 leaves right here. Good, now I will have to go and create one more flower, so I'll just duplicate this again. I will flip it horizontally and I'll move it here. I'll just make it a little smaller and I will move it right here, just like this. Awesome. Now I want to erase this leaf because I don't need it, and I'll also erase this leaf and I'll draw the new one. So I'll switch back to my brush and I'll just draw a cute little leaf. So now I have my flowers. Now we'll have to go and draw a little sun. So we'll go and create a new layer on top. We'll call it sun. We're still using the same brush, and we'll create a cute little sun right here. Good. And now we'll have to go and create two clouds. So we'll go and create a new layer on top. We'll call it cloud. We'll create two clouds. We'll actually create one, then we'll duplicate it. So I'll create one here and one here. Let's create one for here first. You'll have to create curvy lines and bring the line down. Good. Now we'll just duplicate it. I will transform it. Click on transform tool, then I'll flip it horizontally and I'll move it this way. Just adjust it a little bit and I'll put it here. Good. So now we have clouds, we have our little sun, and we have to have a little bit of the land. So we'll go and create a new layers under the flower layer. We'll call it land 1. We'll have 3. So the first one will go from here to here. So we'll go and create a line like this. Then we'll create a new layer. We'll move it under. We'll call it a land 2. And we'll create one more layer of land. It will go from here to here, and then we'll create one more layer. We'll move it under land 2. We'll call it land 3. So we'll create one more. It will go on the background, sort of like this. So now when we have everything in place, we have to color it. So we will go and color the background first. So we'll go to the background color layer, and we will click on this first pink right here. It'll color our background. Good. So now we'll go to the land 3 and we will take this color. We will color it. Then we'll go to the land 2. We'll take this color and color the land 2. Then we'll switch to land 1 and take the lightest blue and color the land 1. Now we'll go to our little flowers. So we'll go to this flower first. Let's find out which one is this. So the one in the middle. Beautiful. We'll switch to yellow first. We'll color the center. Then we'll switch to this beige and we'll color the petals. So you can press continue coloring and just tap on each area you want to color. Good. Then we'll color the stem and leaves. So we'll take this green, color this. Then we'll continue filling and we'll fill the leaves. Beautiful. Now we will go and switch to the next flower. It will be this one. And we'll do the same thing. So take yellow first, then we'll switch to the beige, continue filling. Good. Then we'll switch to the green and do the green. Awesome. Now we'll go to this flower, the last flower. Since we already have green, let's just color the leaves first. Then we will switch to yellow and then switch to beige and color the petals. Oops. Boom, 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 boom. Good. Now, so we colored the flowers. Now we'll have to color the clouds. So we'll go to the clouds. We can actually merge these layers together. We will take this white. Good. Then the second one. And then we have to go and color the sun. So we'll go to the sun and we'll take this orange and color the sun. Good. You would think that we're done, but not yet. We have to add one little detail, and that would be the little lines that will make our wallpaper retro. So we'll go and create a new layer on top. We'll call it lines. We will switch to black. And we'll create the lines. So we'll go to the flower and we will go and create a lines that will go from the center of the flower to the petals like this. Be gentle with this. Don't press too hard. It's just to add some details. Good. It looks a lot more interesting. Now we'll go to the center and we'll create cute little dots like this in the center of the flower. Here we go. Now we'll go to each flower and do the same. So this brush is super pressure sensitive, so depending on how you're going to press on it, it's going to behave differently. So if you press on it too harsh, then it will become this really fat line. But if you press too light, it will be this super tiny and skinny line. So you can actually use both at the same time. So you can press a little harder and get the line like this, and then towards the end of your line, decrease your pressure and you'll get this little line like this. Here we go. Now we'll go to the last flower. Here we go. Beautiful. Now we will go to the clouds and create the same kind of lines. Good. Now we'll go to the other one. Good. Now let's go to the sun. There we go. Now we will go to the wind and just create a few lines along like this. There we go. Now we'll go and also create a few lines outside of our shapes. So a few lines, little lines like this. Good. A few lines here as well. Good, around the sun, and just maybe a little more here, do a little more here. Good, and that's actually all. We created this cute wallpaper in Procreate in less than 30 minutes. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I really hope you will create this cute wallpaper on your phone. It looks very adorable. So I really hope you will enjoy this tutorial. I hope you will draw this wallpaper, and if you will, don't forget to post it on Instagram and tag me. I'm always happy to see your work. And like I said earlier, if you're looking for more Procreate tutorial, go to my Patreon page, Mishkin Art. I'm always happy to see you there, and well, I will see you in the next one.